See, Monarch ain't the only pet project the board's willing to abandon.
Whatever happened here must have been real bad. Spacer's Choice just up and abandoned it.
You see a comic anywhere in all this mess?
What? Yeah. You're kidding. Really? Wow. It's not like I'll miss the guy, but you have... Striking. Gorgon's gonna be a little...
Come here. Let's have a chat. Don't want to chat? Fine. You're on my list. All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now. Good. Look up. Now look down. You're doing swell. Now, name... Good enough for me. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, we're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they... Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they... After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen? Something bad happened here. Spacer's choice was to... Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon... This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of... Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure this...
That's us.
Well, I hope you look the other way, just...
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt. This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunge. The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape. Watch.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
Been an age since I had a good Tripicale. Hope they've got it on tap.
You here for salvage? What?
Soon as they sober up, I'm heading back to the room. You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal the tangle-footed dim.
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain...
Nicely done.
Did you bring the payment?
Where am I anyway?
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be? So, you just wandered in? I assume you're here for salvage. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next... Vicious cycle, but that's life. Lucky. Sure, I knew him. He could get a little... Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the... That's where the top rungers at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans and marketing. Lucky never told me why it was so important. Awful shame. You really want to hear my story? Law. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid. Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest... Third floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands. Doesn't look familiar to me. Could belong to one of the regulars. Or when Spacer's Choice... Jerome. Could have sworn I heard that. Leonora hangs out in the old storage room, second floor. Quiet lady, keeps to herself. She's been through some shit, so you be Now, can I pour you a drink? 0. Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to... When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved into... Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint. They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about... Yes, rumor has it there's a sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker. And he's the legal... See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the... If there were any legal problems with this place...
You think a sprat could own Edgewater?
Oh, imagine...
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't... Easy. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild sprat chase. Never thought about that. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head-scratcher, but they say it's all above boards. Yeah. Again, that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony, mostly on the way to somewhere better. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well stocked with the essential. Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrena Time came from here. Just down the road at the old... Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the side. He's been here since opening day. I think he got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And He didn't tell me and I didn't ask. I'm his bartender. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land. She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrena Time still hit the market. Me, I never touched the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's damn right we are. We've got drug. When Spacer's Choice evacuated, everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs. Name your point.
You, think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like, maybe not.
Jerome would have loved this place. You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here, and whose journey's far from over. You and me both. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are... Well, my husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled. getting the hell out. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely... When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again. A broken heart. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. That's it, all right. Law. Still some... Here. I saved up for this, just... You didn't happen to find anything else? A marauder? You're telling me he's been alive all this time? Don't tell me that's the end. You're right. My Jerome deserved better. But Jerome got me out of Gorgon. I can honor his memory by staying out. Time to...
I think you did the right thing, Captain, but...
That was good of you, Cap. It's better to know. It's always...
Seen any good salvage around?
This rock ain't much to look at. This is the best joint in the system. Ain't that right? Watch your step, Von.
Watch your step. Von Hoffman sees everything.
Seen any good salvage around?
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could... Nah, who am I kidding? Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your liking. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of... Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left. Some kind. Yeah, got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public... Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board. And the rest, writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real... When the project fell apart, Spacer's Choice refused to extract me. They left me here to rot. Listen, I hate asking for handouts. If you're going back out there... Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract... Right on... Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun. But you, help me get my recordings back so I can finally... Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started in... Couldn't even keep them in my safe. So I took to hiding them all over the fuck... Thought I was so... Oh, Georgie? Yeah. When things got crazy, I shoved her onto the last ship off Gorgon. With any luck, she tried every which way to stay. But it was my contract keeping us here, not hers. Didn't seem fair she'd have to suffer just because I made a bad deal. Well, I'll be damned. But Spacer's Choice won't let me out of here until I deliver the whole set. Great. I'll key the details. Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
What's the story with this place anyhow?
This rock ain't much to look at,
be a shipping
but it's
warehouse.
our rock.
What have you got there?
Adrenatine, I think. I found some in an old busted crate.
Someone's in here. Hold on. It's coming back up again. I'm all right. That last one really emptied my guts. No, wait. Here comes more.
Think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
I really hope this ain't a sign of things to come.
So, how are you feeling?
What's on your... Stay cool.
Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper.
Whatever's out here...
I thought I knew the OCI backwards and forwards. The Marauders got a way of finding every nook and cranny on this rock. OCI. Fancy joint. Smells like Wentworth's and leather. A real slice of Byzantium. You don't set that up unless you're planning something big. Adrenatime? Sure. But something tells me there's more to the story. Got a hunch to follow up on near the old mines. I'm leaving this here, in case I gotta come back.
Initiating Measurement complete. Access granted. What?
Mr. Thompson told me 100 times the cannery couldn't afford spare parts for Bess. All while Spacer's Choice was building this? They got one for Edgewater. Oh, it's just Saltuna. Come on, we got a volcano too.
Keen skills. Spacer's Choice security folks can't hit the broadside of a mannequin.
Stalking, and we're stalking.
Great work.
Make it look so easy.
ready for anything.
I hope their passing was swift.
Investigating.
think this screen's taller than my entire shop back home. Sure. Sure.
You could fit whole families in here. I'm going.
I knew I heard a little weasel sniffing about. You'd best go back the way you came. There's nothing for you here. I understand that you think yourself a big hero, here on a big, important job. The last one did too. But you've grossly misapprehended. This place is a graveyard. All that was done here. Gorgon is the birthplace of Marauders. We created them here, in this very facility. They are our misbegotten children.
Marauders were created?
That don't make any sense. How could Marauders get to Edgewater from all the way out here?
They hold no fondness for trespassers. I've placed the facility. Let the Marauders die in peace.
My friends and neighbors became Marauders, Captain. They hurt a lot of folks, and Edgewater still ain't the same.
On the list of reasons this colony's fucked, Marauders... Comms tower, huh? It's like I'm back at Hiram's place, running errands.
I sure hope that's... Spooky person on the screen ain't waiting for us. I'm about ready to jump out of my skin as it is.
Birthplace of Marauders. We ought to have left well enough alone. Now we're in it. Come hell or high water, we've got to see this through. Well, this is a bit over the top, don't you think?
Watch your step, Captain. Traps there, and there, over there. Well, just about everywhere.
We call them Marauders, like they have some kind of group identity. They don't. The name was coined in Edgewater, I think. One of the town's...
Is this one of those research outposts we're looking for? Wow. Get a load of this view.
A prime place for the company to test a disastrous new product. When the town started fraying at the edges, hardly anyone else in the colony noticed. Just like Lucian planned. I read the reports. Every missing person. Every unexpected death. A town already teetering on the edge, and Adrenatime shoved it off a cliff.
Captain, imagine my surprise when I saw the unrelated... Tell me you found Mother's journal. Too bad. But on the bright side, you've outdone my... If I know Spacer's Choice, getting past the lockdown will be more complicated than just hitting a big red button. You'll need... No. I think you're going to have to rely on good old-fashioned attention. I seem to recall that Mother worked closely with Gorgon's R&D personnel, but not close enough to invite them over. By now, they'll have moved on with their lives. I knew Mother was involved with some important chemical trials, but I had... Adrenatime is a working man's stimulant, like a caffeinoid. Very popular at launch. What? No. I mean, there's some very morbid wording in the fine print, but I had no idea. That's it. That must be it. Spacer's... We have to find Mother's journal. If we don't, then Spacer's Choice gets away with murder. I only hope we... Adrenatime was touted as the working man's best friend. The promise of Adrenatime cannot be overstated. Exhaustion and fatigue were supposed to be up. For whatever reason, the drug never lived up to... I don't know. I know that I'd like to see a colony where the promise of Adrenatime... Thank you. Safe travel. That's...
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Hey, I know your face. Wow. You're a living, breathing outlaw. That is, if you're here for the annual Canid review, I'm afraid this greeting Oh, that's just so encouraging to hear. Now then... We find that our clients enjoy the appearance of participating in the Musgrave That's privileged information. That's a fair point.
Guaranteed secrecy?
Oh, it's all right. The Musgraves own one of Earth's largest private collections of art and literature. They were going to have the entire collection shipped all the way to Halcyon. Unfortunately, that collection never arrived. We haven't heard anything from the delivery. I was going to say indefinitely delayed. Anyway, Mr. Mosley is indeed attending our event, although I am disappointed to discover he did not officially enter. You should find Mr. Mosley just inside the prep room.
Just between the two of us, I hope this doesn't become a tradition. Not looking forward to the next annual Canid
plant
review?
is back to full production.
There's something to be thankful for. How long did you say Musgrave was gone?
Welcome. Now, waiting. In decency, Rachel said Byzantium's glory days are over. It's kind of warning. This unit's banter protocol has this unit's banter protocol.
Hey, Maverick Johnston's newest star. Do you know the Mathematically speaking, the winning in other... What gave me away? Wait, don't tell me. You've read my monograph, putting the us in calculus. I'm afraid I don't really do art. Yes, that's us. Mostly oak. Well, no, he didn't invent mostly oaks, but he did... Oh. It's true. I was involved with Project Gorgon, but listen. I don't know what you want with Gorgon or with me, but let me give you... I was wondering if you were the sort of person to accept sensible advice or respond with threats of violence. Lifting the lockdown won't be easy. You'll need to send overrides from the chem lab and human inquiry. I don't have that level of clearance, but I know two people who... The trouble is, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I washed my hands of Gorgon, and you're asking me to dirty them all over again. Yes, the birthplace of the Marauders. And a graveyard for all our mistakes. Trying to bury Project Gorgon while it's still very much alive and I want a favor from you. Do something for me and I'll do something for you. A grand prize trophy to the Canid Review. I want it in my hands. Get me that... My Canid, Laplace, is I did. Head into the main... What's... My eye! Every eye possesses unique... I'd rather not get into the details. If Spacer's choice... At the moment, nothing. I have a one-track mind.
Come now, Anubis, you must perk up.
Something...
Nicely done.
Got it? Inside voices.
I'll be...
Nice one.
Damage sustained.
Great work.
Sorry, won't work.
Sorry, I can't.
Sure hope these folks don't mind us borrowing this.
A pet's only as good as its owner. They're the ones who ought to be in here.
Come now, Anubis. You must hurt.
Oh, you don't have to be scared of these canids, Captain. I don't think they're gonna hurt you.
My trophy! If only Grandfather Mostly were alive today. I hope you won't take it personally when I say I had my doubts about you. Nothing... Lifting the emergency lockdown requires overrides from the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry. Access to those facilities. Marion Blakesley, Jasper Lowe. They went into hiding after the project collapsed, but I've managed to calculate their last known whereabouts within a reasonable margin of error. I see you're familiar with my technique. I'd love to show you my... After the project shut down, I had to keep my mind occupied. I worked on my actuarial tables. I realized some of the researchers had to be alive. I ran some numbers, did a little... Dr. Marion Blakesley supervised the... Someone sabotaged the facility. Well, with Spacer, Dr. Blakesley tendered her resignation lawfully. Dr. Lowe described himself as a dazzling genius in his review. I disagreed. Of the 19 criteria that constitute the... After the... Our office gave Dr. Lowe and his team every opportunity to develop a drug under perfect... Dr. Lowe failed to meet our requests, and large... Dr. Lowe after... Let... You did fetch a trophy for my little applause. Technically, that makes you my canid... No need... Dead canids in the service tunnels. My dear, every canid, regardless of their physical attributes, is... I'm glad I chose not to participate in this loathsome canid review. Let's try to keep it. There's not a lot about Project Gorgon I can tell you. I know that's not what... Look, don't tell anyone I said this. But if there's anything I've learned by living in Byzantium, it's this. All right. Minnie Ambrose. Oh, Olivia's brat. Ambitious, but like the rest of her... She tried following her mother's example, failed, and if she ever... The name Ambrose doesn't mean anything to me anymore, or to anyone halfway respectable. The Ambroses are... How do I... A family's name is only as strong as its enterprise. The Musgraves have Rizzos, and the Schuyler's have Auntie Cleo, and so we show those names the respect they deserve. The Ambrose name was associated with Project Gorgon. The project died, and so the Ambrose name died with it. That's just the... Project Gorgon was designed to change the life of every worker on Halcyon. We weren't just building a project. How many workers call Halcyon their home? What do they eat and when? How long do they sleep? How hard do they work? What are their most productive years? When do their organs begin to fail? Of course you can. You can break the entire universe down into numbers and statistics. It's complicated. I was courting the daughter of a Spacer's Choice family. We were a mathematically congruent match, you see. I had the proof. Every project has a margin of failure. We expect setbacks, complications, delays. Project Gorgon experienced... The labs failed to develop a safe drug. Human Inquiry failed to perform their tests responsibly. An unsafe drug. I know. Project Gorgon was I should have pushed for stricter supervision. We gave the other departments too much freedom and not enough oversight. Spare the rod. No one appreciates the value of good data. The holistic surveillance device I wear is an invaluable tool. My former colleagues can go into hiding and live in ignorance for all I care. I prefer the self-examined life. Anarchy is not a crime. It is a symptom. The undisciplined workplace secretes anarchy the way our sabotage came first. The chem lab, Human Inquiry, even my own office. Sabotage broke the discipline of our workplace, leading to confusion, leading to
It's not Kane.
Someone has left a threat. Welcome back. How can... See you soon.
Let's try being friendly.
Hey, you! Over here! Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Riz. Fucking. So, hey, you trespassing. Yeah, I know that lady. I know she's looking for, solitude. Guess that's bad news. What, after 5 years? Anyway, Blakesley's given us standing... We ain't subversives. We're gainful. Miss Junlei can't get too mad if we rough up some trespassers. Huh?
Hi, I'm the girlfriend.
Oh, shit. Fine, fine. You want it? But Blakesley's got her own setup in there, and she doesn't like guests. So, if you get shot... This one's clear, guys.
Nice.
What do you think you're doing? The company thanks you for your contribution.
Some days, it's like I don't know what to do with myself.
Come on, this is great.
Everyone set you up some expensive food. That's a good boy.
Going silent.
What are the old squads doing?
making it look easy.
Jim let you through?
That guy's got that taken care of. I think it's jammed.
Wow. Impressive. Things are too quiet back here.
Maybe if I bang.
Things are too quiet back here.
Observation log. Date. Well, never mind. Hybridization efforts have proven successful, and the nursery's yield is improving steadily. Meanwhile, the psychological benefits of gardening are difficult to assess without a control group. Subjective reflection suggests minor gains in memory retention and contentment. Observation log, date, who knows. Subject number, well, let's call him Percy. Percy here has discovered the secret to success. He has lifted the veil and found the pattern. He wakes up, he listens for that bell 3 times a day. Food rains from the sky. He eats, he waits. Life is easy. But the second your molt comes in, pal,
hell's that noise?
Dang, that's impressive.
Who the fuck? Oh, just gonna shut. Right. Marion Blakesley, what can I do for you, Mr. Home Invasion? Spacer's Choice and Gorgon. I hold up in a forgotten cargo bay of a rotting colony ship. But here... I really didn't expect today to go this way. Shit. The Gorgon project gave us Adrena time in the end, but that's just the Bose Spacer's Choice stuck on the whole... Corporate demanded a product they could throw onto shelves. That put the squeeze on low at Chem to develop... But how do you know if the product works? You run tests, see what happens. That's where I ran HIA and HIA ran the tests again and again and again. And what happens is a whole lot of wasted time. Testing supervisor. I designed the initial testing regimen. Tried to anyway. People are trying to avoid working with people. Plenty. Not to mention Spacer's Choice put in the leg. You've heard the adverts, right? Work day and night, still feel refreshed the next morning. Numbers, what we got. And I got a hefty corporate paycheck for it, too. Up until it all... That's not the part that made Spacer's Choice give up, anyway. You can still buy a... I was a good scientist. I had to have wound up on that. We all get stuck in our own patterns. We had a few... But one day, all the test subjects got... It wasn't just us. All of the facilities got hit hard. Shut us down for a while. That turned out to be the last... Nah, didn't much care by then. Spacer's Choice wasn't getting much use out of us anymore, so they shuttered the project, kicked Adrena time out. And I could have gone back to Byzantium, found a position somewhere else. But I just... indulge a scientist. What do you want out of this investigation of yours? Trying to liven... Yeah, well, at least the wild... What do you get out of it?
I've been helping folks out of scrapes for as long as I can remember. And the captain's one of the rare few that return...
Fair enough. That's all I've got. Here, I still have this pack. Made my exit the moment the project started falling apart. Had to steal some credentials. This should get you in... Come on. Damn it. Fine. Fine, here, I remember one of my access codes. Just punch it. Should get you into the offices. Maybe get you to my terminal. Be careful on Gorgon. That astro... Look at... Not much, to be honest. Having the... Generators, mostly, when they work.
Might not want to walk too close to some of this wiring, ma'am.
Tryhards, incompetent or unlucky enough to get themselves fired. Probably missed their... They were milling around the back bays. We had some colorful negotiations. Not hard. They were itching to feel important. Not at first. Your average... Yeah. Yeah.
We are now in orbit with Earth orbit.
Well, here we... Hey, is that a saloon? I feel better already.
Oh my law. What is that smell?
Let's make this quick, please.
Welcome to Human Inquiry Monitoring. The space. My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley.
Out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly down. Some of them still live here, and they hate to be disturbed.
I reckon we've seen the worst of Halcyon already. How bad could this be?
Oh, please. Unless there are mana queens stalking the halls here, I think we'll be fine. They'll never see.
thought these folks were supposed to be volunteers. Why do they got them bunking like prisoners?
Near the drugs, too. Keep them nice and cooperative.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work in a real office setting.
Hear that?
Come out!
Wanna find you!
I'm going.
I'm going.
Sure.
Sure.
Heading out.
So they like to watch, too? Creeps.
Welcome, volunteers. Here you will be demonstrating privacy in the working environment. As in any work environment, inattentiveness can have disastrous consequences. Any accidents will negatively impact your chances of completing volunteer work. Welcome, volunteers, to the combat.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all.
on with all these conveyors?
See no more. I can't take this.
But why? Why? Who does this? What kind of monsters ran this place?
My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley.
go. I knew this place wasn't gonna be some pleasant seaside stroll, Captain, but I don't know how I can live with what we've seen here.
Not just inexcusable. Evil. This was just wrong. They knew. They knew what Adrena Time would do. Fuck, Captain. Marauders are half the reason Monarch's gone to shit. Well, maybe it ought to. What's the colony come to when the horrors we've just witnessed fall under just another day in Halcyon?
Maybe Miss Ambrose can help fix things once she's cleared her family name. She could hold the board's feet to the fire.
I used to think the beasts on Monarch were bad. At least they aren't cruel.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time. Resident count is...
Attention, unauthorized. You are...
Trans... Once I deduce their intentions, I will play one of two audio signals. Their intentions are no... The unknown vessel has deployed a boarding mechanism. That sound indicates that a boarding mechanism has... Captain, I am pleased to inform you. Captain Hawthorne installed a lethal shock trap on our airlock in the event of an invasion. I understand. Allow me to rectify my oversight. The invading ship appears to be a decommissioned storage vessel. The crew are either... Do you intend to board their ship instead, Captain? I have been... Their ship is using a tracking device too sophisticated for their primitive astrogator. I can... If you prefer to make an escape, I can disable their boarding mechanism. However, as long as that tracking device remains on board their ship, they will be... Yes, Captain. I am capable of deploying the underlying... This is... Now initiating warm welcome protocol.
Ada really could kill us all.
Take someone to watch.
Looks like our opponent knows how to play defense. All right, freebooters, fall back and regroup.
Incoming!
think I've...
We're done here.
Nicely done.
like wrapped among the rocks.
Got my head in the game, boss. Maybe we can talk when we're done here?
I thought we were safe in the Aether. Oh, Law, I'm gonna have nightmares about this for weeks.
Welcome back, Captain. I understand you have resolved. Understood. We'll be here, Captain. Or will we? Haha.
Aw, looks like we missed all the fun. I'd have just broken it. come. Don't mess with us. Damn, got some nimble fingers, Captain.
This thing's orbit is stable, right? Ada checked before we docked? Captain?
I'm searching.
Here they come!
Performing.
Great work. Hey, that's impressive. That was quick.
Auntie, have mercy! How'd you get in here? Are you from outside? How is that even? If I hadn't, wouldn't... I know it sounds crazy, but a little while back, I'd been... Then the security mechanicals broke out into a massacre, and I realized How can I help you? Drop me off on the groundbreaker and I'll be out. Oh, here. This is my official laboratory headgear. Pink slip. How should I know? I just monitor the front desk. Well, except for the last couple of days when I've been hiding out. If you work at OOPS, you're doing research and development. If we're not researching or developing fast enough, the protocols... Somebody messed up. When one of us makes a mistake, the whole facility pays for it. I know it sounds hard. Oh, this lab was built for the sole purpose of brewing an advanced version of anthracillin. Dr. Science stuff isn't really my area, though. Just a feeling I got. Every day was the same as... Started imagining what it'd be like to break that circle. But after... I'm Kelly Marine, the Not ever. Not since all us station workers... Project's on a yearly rotation cycle. Once a year, Auntie Cleo reviews our work and decides if we get more rations, personnel, deadlines. At first, I thought it was an honor, getting assigned to a lab up in the ether high above Olympus. I ask myself that question a lot. Cabin fever sets in at about 90 days. Auntie Cleo's official... If I had to guess, you'd probably find his body either in his office or the labs. Or heck, he could have been on the toilet. No bones about it, he was the... Like what?
Got it? Inside voices.
No, that won't do it all. Jasper, you imbecile.
You make it look so easy.
Shush. Damn it. I was so close to a breakthrough. I could practically... Oh, hang on. I see what's happening. I have several questions for you. Let's start with the... All sorts of things. Science, mainly. A little bit of research. Right. That answers that.
Hey, I'm sorry about your friends, but...
Look, we all know you're here to interrogate me. If... Auntie Cleo instituted the Pink Slip Protocol. Fancy marketing term that translates to
Can you believe Auntie terminated my for my team, I mean, not for me. Not this time. I'm, working on the task that I was hired to perform. Auntie Cleo wants us to develop Anthracillin Plus, a new and improved version of the original Anthracillin. I was making considerable progress. I can't possibly fathom why they I'm not lying. I'm carefully curating the Auntie needs to be patient. I'll eventually get around to developing Anthracillin Plus. My priority... Once I perfect my formula, I'll be able to keep my mind functioning at peak performance. No, you don't. There's nothing interesting in the Gorgon is a featureless rock dragged along by the gravity. The chem lab is a graveyard. I don't know why. Possibly I was just being polite. If you've set your heart on exploring my old labs, I won't try to dissuade you. Indulge... The electromechanical turbine is offline. Without any power, Not that it's any of your business, but I don't get to quit. My colleagues are dead. Take the elevator to the storm platform at the top of this facility. Did you snoop through my things? And just admit it to me. Look, I keep a draft on my terminal where I vent my occasional frustration. It's honestly one...
Oh. Incoming!
Nothing like a good tussle.
Nicely done. can't hang around for a bit? I want to get a look at its innards.
You'll need my voice to get into the chem lab. This record... Wait. Oh, no. Not even... I might want to lose my recollection. If you... I've helped you... I suppose you've got a point. Or something resembling a point. Here, my personal security keycard.
Incoming!
Spacer?